Dre.
Number 13.
We are live in 3. Well, we're live right now, actually.
Okay, now do you understand hashtag crack tacos?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dre, why'd you put that there, by the way?
Because tacos are crack.
Like, be mature, okay?
I can.
I said stay spooky. And Andrea goes, oh my god, put crack tacos. Why?
Because you said you were going to go have crack in New York.
That's not what I said. Finish your story.
Fine. Tacos that are supposed to be like crack.
That's exactly what
Crack
I said. Jeez
tacos.
Louise, you're spreading rumors.
Oh my God.
That was a really bad, thing to not finish your sentence on, by the way.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
13 has to be extra messed up.
Yeah.
So I'm giving that to you.
So, Andrea had the idea of crack tacos. Good start to 13.
Delicious.
Episode 13. 13 is a creepy number, actually.
Why? What's the origin of 13?
I have no idea.
Let's look at.
Are you gonna Google it?
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with, the
Origin.
Bible. I think 13 is, the devil's number in the Bible.
That's 666.
No, but I think it's 13 too.
I don't think so.
Origin, okay, so
Some believe this is unlucky because one of those 13 Judas Iscariot was the betrayer. From the 1890s, a number of English language sources relate the unlucky 13 to an idea that at the Last Supper, Judas, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th to say,
oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Wait, you want to read it to the people?
Judas.
You want to let them know what that is? So just call him Judas.
Judas. Some believe that this is unlucky because one of those 13, Judas, can't say his last name, guys, was the betrayer of Jesus Christ. From the 1890s, a number of English language sources relate the unlucky 13 to an idea that at the Last Supper, Judas, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th to sit at the table. Ah, it makes sense now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So bad luck. I guess they just don't like Judas. So, oh my God. So
The betrayer.
Dre, whenever you have a kid, whatever you do,
I'm gonna name him Judas.
you cannot name them Judas, and you cannot name them 13.
What the hell kind of name is 13? Actually, I don't put it past people. Someone would call them 13.
Somebody, especially a celebrity, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna be different. 13.
Unlucky 13.
Oh my God, that's creepy. I don't know. My whole life I've been uncomfortable with the number 13, to be honest.
I never really thought about it. The only unlucky thing that I've been comfortable with, but also because I'm not a huge fan to begin with, is of black cats.
Oh
Like,
my
total black
God.
cats.
You believe in the black cat thing?
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying it's kind of creepy.
What is wrong with a black cat?
Unlucky.
Oh my God, they're my favorite cats in the world.
Callie, where are you?
Get over here, Callie. My cat is black. Oh my God, I
They're
love
not fully black.
all of my
It's
cats.
gotta be fully black cat.
My first cat I have ever picked in my entire life was black, and I let her cross me all the time. And
You let her cross.
her name was Mitty Moo Moo, and
Oh my God.
or Midnight, whatever
Okay, you
wanna
made her
call her.
so less threatening.
But
Moo moo.
okay, there's nothing wrong with black cats. They're amazing.
That's what you say.
There's T-shirts out there that sell, and it says black cats have souls too, or
Black
something
tattoos
like
have
that.
Black tats.
Black tattoos.
A putty tat.
I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Did I tell you? Oh, I asked my boss today. I was like, "Hey, I'm getting a tattoo. Guess what it is? Guess what he
A
said?"
ghost.
Yeah.
But no, Spooky fam. She's not repping ghosts. What is she repping?
I don't know. I'm kind of tempted now. Should I get a ghost?
A
Oh,
cute
and then
little
he was
ghost.
like, no, I was like, it's not a ghost. Because it's going to be a small little thing on my wrist right in the corner. And he was like, a pumpkin. And I was like,
That would be really cute.
I did not think about that. I was like, that's kind of genius.
That would be really cute.
So now I'm like, damn, what do I do? Do I get this? And then a ghost right next to it? And then a pumpkin right next to it? You know what I mean?
Oh no, it'd be really cute to have like a little ghost and a little pumpkin. It would be like a little witch in the middle or something.
No. It'd be my little yogi.
Your little
So
Om.
I'm getting an Om sign on my wrist tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I'll be officially a yoga teacher.
Because she's turning her back on us, guys. It's not about the spookiness.
It's not
about the yoga.
Nah, I'm kind of tempted. Honestly, I might get a ghost and a pumpkin. Like, I don't know.
That'd be so cute.
Like, maybe like right here, like on my shoulder. That'd be so cool.
As long as they're little and cute.
Yeah, like little and cute. What do you think? Like, I'd get creepy ones?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, Andrea is going to name her kid Judas and...
Judas? Judas?
Is going to name her kid Judas.
All right, Lady Gaga.
You're so stupid. Gonna name her kid Judas. Yo, if you don't name your kid Judas, I'm gonna be so mad at you. And then the whole time I'm gonna be like, look, kid, your mom really named you Judas. Go check your birth certificate. And your kid's gonna be like, Mom, show me my birth certificate. And you're gonna be like, why, kid? And it's all gonna be because I told the kid your real name's Judas.
Oh my god, now I only have Lady Gaga in my head.
Why?
Because of the song. She has a song.
What does it say?
Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm gonna play the song for her later on. Won't burden everyone else out there with it.
I think I'm fine without knowing.
No, it's a good song actually.
Anyways, there's the stitch. So we have some stories to tell tonight. So we're gonna kick it off with Dre.
More like stories to read tonight.
Dre, the show is on you. Spotlight is on you. If it goes bad tonight, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. And if it goes well, it's all because of me.
Trash. So, we have this very lovely book right here. That way. There it is. Okay.
It's my book.
Ghost Stories of New England, guys. So if you're in the area, enjoy. So this first story is called The Red Brook Inn in Old Mystic, Connecticut. That's pretty far away from us though, right? Old Mystic?
It's actually like such a creepy area because I think it's obviously next to Mystic, I think, which is like where I think close to the casinos in Connecticut, and like that's where I saw the psychic, and she told, oh my god, I thought you spelt it so wrong. I was about to make fun of you. So bad. It's an hour 10 minute away. Yeah, I think that's near the casinos. But yeah, I saw a really good psychic in Mystic, and it was just so creepy. She got everything to the T. Remember I told you she was like, you have somebody surrounding you and you guys were like lovers in your past life. He's watching over you, and you have a lot of like spirits around you. And then she was like, also like you're gonna own your own business. And I was like, no, because I wanted to be a star. I wanted to be an actress. Yeah, I wanted to be on the red carpet. And then she's like, you're going to own your own business. And I was like, what is this? This is fake psychic.
Fakeness.
I'm just kidding. But no, other than that, like, I love that place. Mystic is good. It's creepy. So if anybody wants a spook, go to Mystic.
So today we're going to be talking about the Red Brook Inn in Old Mystic, Connecticut. So the tiny town of Mystic lies just east of New London, Connecticut, between Groton and Stowington along U.S. Highway 1. The Mystic Seaport lies a little to the north. Nestled on a hillside in a wooded area outside the town is the historic and haunted Red Brook Inn. Dum dum dum.
Dum dum dum.
The inn harkens back to colonial times. Its two restored buildings ideally recall early New England. The Haley Tavern, circa 1740. Holy shit. A beautifully restored center chimney colonial was once a stagecoach stop and pub. The second building, Prairie Homestead, is a colonial built in 1770. by the merchant sea captain Nathaniel Crary. Current innkeepers Ruth and Bob Keyes bought the Crary property about 20 years ago. A few years later, they purchased the Haley Tavern and moved it to sit next to the first building. Ruth Keyes says the resident ghost at the Red Brook Inn is believed to be the spirit of Sally Watson. Sally lived in the homestead with her husband, former sea captain Ned Watson. In the 1950s, legend has it that after Sally's death in 1979, Mr. Watson remarried his wife's best friend. Damn. Just 8 months later, the couple moved into the house, but the second wife did not like it there for some reason, so they moved out a few months later. Since then, the restless spirit of the first Miss Watson has been felt in the north room of the Crary Homestead bed and breakfast. Some guests claim they saw a white-haired elderly woman wrapped in a black shawl. Others have also reported moving cold spots and hearing voices. An overwhelming number of visitors say that they feel the strong presence of a spirit in the room. My husband thinks it's still haunted, says Ruth. She locked him in one day. Why?
She locked him in.
Why the fuck did she lock him in?
Find the ghost.
One day, Ruth runs a bed and breakfast, and she says that while no one has reported anything unusually recently, there have been many mornings when guests emerge from the north room shaken by the night's experience. Ruth kept track of the stories, and when a report in search of ghost stories called a few years ago, she gave them a list of names. The reporter tracked down various people who stayed at the inn over the years. Each related their experiences. She invariably woke the gentleman of the couple up, recalls Ruth, and when the man got up, he found the fireplace was smoking. She was waking them to warn them. All the accounts, separated by years, were identical. It's odd, Ruth adds. The haunting attracted media attention. For a Halloween stunt in 2001, a popular local disc jockey spent the night in the room planning a live broadcast.
Ooh, Dre, that's what me and you have to do.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Hell yeah. Finally, I get her to say she's going to do it.
For support, the radio host brought his wife's sister, and another couple. The group sat around waiting to broadcast, but as might be expected, nothing happened. As the witching hour came and went, it appeared the broadcast was a bust. They gave up waiting for Sally and went to bed soon after midnight. A little while later, the disc jockey's wife woke up. There was a cold wind blowing on her, but when she sat up, the air was warm. The icy blast also woke up her sister. Long story short, chuckles Ruth, I found them all sleeping on the floor of the parlor, wrapped in their blankets and pillows. Damn. Bob Keyes is a pragmatist. I'm sort of an anti-ghost. I went through the Korean War, that was enough. But there is one incident he still has trouble explaining. I went down to the Crary building one night to check on the fireplaces. You have to enter through the summer kitchen, and the doors have those older latches that you lift up. Bob unlatched the door and put the latch in the downward position before entering the dining room. I was alone in-house, and it was dark. People had been spooking me, and I was getting a weird sense that creeped me out a bit. So I said in a loud voice, "Come on, this is hooey. I don't believe in this stuff." As he uttered the challenge, he heard a loud click in a gravity-defying move. The lock repositioned itself and latched the door shut. Bob was locked in the house. Damn, he called them out and they responded.
The ghost.
Yeah, I am still trying to think of an explanation. I left that latch downward. If you try to leave latch upright, you can't because it's on a swivel bolt, so it cannot stay up. And there's just no way that it could lift up and lock the door of its own accord. He had to go out front door, walk around to the back, re-entered and unlatched the door. More recently, Bob had an experience that he didn't report to his wife. You always hear odd creaks and bangs, but older houses are full of sounds. A couple of nights before talking to me, Bob heard loud, persistent knocking in the attic. He first assumed the noise was banging in the heat pipes. Then he realized that there are no pipes up there. I checked for signs of woodpeckers, but I have never seen woodpeckers around here. I tried to find something else that... Why the hell would he check for signs for woodpeckers if he's never seen them around there? I tried to find something else that can make such a persistent knocking. Couldn't find a thing. That gave me goosebumps. Ruth herself has not met Sally, but she is certain her unseen presence continues to this day. She's friendly. I don't mind having her around. The end.
She's friendly. I don't mind having her around. I love it. I love the ending. I don't know. Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, it must have sucked to be the couples that ended up sleeping on the floor with their blankets. Or getting locked. If I had gotten locked in that fucking house, I would have, like, knocked my way out. I would have broken down that door.
I don't know. I've had, like, it's so crazy because I've had, like, a lot of things, like, happen to me, like, in all the 1800s houses that I've lived in and stuff like that.
Stop bragging.
But never have I, like, been, like, locked in somewhere because of a ghost, you know?
You messed up.
The ghost is just like, nah, you're staying with me. Don't they know? It's like,
well, I guess he did call them out, so they were only responding.
That's true. Yeah, he was like encouraging it.
Encourageable.
We should go, Dry. It's only an hour, 10 minutes away.
Let's look it up. We'll add it to the list of places. So what are you going to read for us today, Bean?
Alright, so I found this, like, kind of website by Decan Chronicle, if that's how you say it. And it's titled 14 Real-Life Ghost Stories That Will Make You Cringe.
Cringe-worthy. All right.
And I'm kind of, like, super interested because I'm like, I don't know. These are supposedly true stories, so we'll see.
And the Annabelle doll's the first image that you see.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is so this right here is Rebirth. That's what it's titled. It says, by I Worship Coffee. I think this is like from Reddit or something. It says, my girl was 4. We just had the G-rated version of the Where Babies Come From talk. She said, oh, I remembered that from when I was in Grandma's tummy. I said, no, honey, you were in my tummy, not Grandma's. She shook her head and smiled at me as if I were completely dense. No, Mommy, I was in Grandma's tummy first, but I choked and died, and Grandma almost died too, so I had to wait to come back in yours. 15 years ago, my mother almost died giving birth to a stillborn daughter. The baby had strangled in the cord when she dropped into birth position. No one in my family has ever spoken of it since. My daughter's birth date is only 3 days after from my dead sisters.
That's pretty legit. Oh, man.
Yeah, that story gives me the chills, for sure.
Damn. That's such a bag of mixed.
I can't imagine that. Like, I think sometimes
so you, like, gave birth to your sister? Damn.
I think about, like, I don't know. I think about, like, all these kids' stories and stuff like that. They say crazy things. And, like, I think about, I just think about it and I'm like, oh my God, like, what would I do? What would I do if I have a kid? And then my kid said something crazy like that. Like, what would I do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You just gotta accept and move on.
So, yeah. I mean,
I mean, it's kind of like an endearing story because, like, your sister almost died and then she was reincarnated, basically.
I hear stories about this a lot. Okay, I don't remember where I heard it from, but I do remember, like, a video on YouTube. It was of, I forgot where I heard it from, but I think it was a girl. Oh, yeah, it was like, I don't know where it was from. It was some kind of YouTube video. I was listening to ghost stories, and there was this woman, and she was like, she just had a miscarriage. And unfortunately, and of course she was very upset about it, but she needed kind of like an answer. So she went to a psychic to see, I think it had nothing to do with, I think it, like, her parent recently passed or something, so she wanted to go to a psychic, and the psychic said, oh, your daughter said that she couldn't make it, like, to this round, like, she wasn't ready for life. She says sorry, sorry that she can't make it. She wasn't ready for life. And then a few months later, the psychic was like, she said that she's coming soon. And then a few months later, she found out that she was pregnant again, and she was having a girl. Isn't that? Yeah, so it sounds like a similar story.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow.
I mean, definitely, like, babies are conscious in there, It's just crazy to think. Sometimes, like, kids say crazy things. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I ever shared this story, but, like, my stepmother's one of her old best friends, this was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. We were all having lunch one day, or dinner together, and just talking about kind of like ghosts and like reincarnations and stuff. And she said she's very sensitive to that stuff, and she actually shared a story about her son, her youngest son. And she said that she actually, her son would always constantly wake up from like nightmares in the middle of the night. And her son would always say, it's burning, there's a fire. And she would be like, hey, there's no fire going on, like, you're okay. And then he would respond and be like, what, the name that you're calling me, that's not my name. And then she would be like, yeah, that's your name. And then he would be like, no, I'm a firefighter and I am saving a woman in a burning building. And there's big windows and flames everywhere. I was saving a woman and she was very fragile. And that's when, like, chills went down her spine. She was like, my son was like 2. There's no way that he would know what the word fragile is. And then she looked up the name that the boy gave her, of like, hey, mom, the name you're calling me is not my name. My real name is this. So she, like, did research to find it, like a firefighter in a burning building with that name. And she found a firefighter with that name from 9/11 in New York City. And chills went down my spine. I was like, that's crazy. I don't know, like, kids have crazy stories. And then the other thing is, like,
that's actually the image that always comes to my head when I think of 9/11, the image of the firemen and the policemen going, like, into the smoke and not coming back out.
That's scary. That gives me chills for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll just take a moment of silence to appreciate the officers and the firefighters and everybody fighting for everybody's lives, those who survived and those who didn't make it. But yeah, so in honor of them. But yeah, so it's crazy. I mean, and then I think the other part of the story was, Yeah, it's just this story about, like, oh, I was in this, oh, and then it's, like, nobody told this little boy of, like, the grandma losing the baby. Like, nobody told the kid, and that's just, like, my story when I lived in the 1800s house and I was babysitting, like, a 2-year-old, and nobody told him that the house was supposedly haunted with a guy named Mr. Bradley, who also died in a fire in the house. So there seems to be a theme tonight.
Lots of fires.
But, yeah, nobody told him. But, like, of course, we were home alone, and I was watching him, and then he stops at the top of the stairs. He's like, hey, there's a boy. And I was like, what? I didn't see anybody, but, like, nobody told him, but he definitely saw, like, a boy. And I was like, oh, is it a little boy? And he's like, no. Kind of like, duh, like, it's an older man, can't you tell? And I was like, wow, like, nobody told him, like,
let's go.
Like, I don't know, scientists and psychologists are always like, oh, it's imagination. Maybe it's your imagination projecting onto them. You just want it to be their imagination, okay, buddy? It pisses me off. Like, you can't prove that they're imagining something. You can't prove that. I mean, it's a good theory, but it's not something to prove. You can't prove that somebody's imagining something without actually being in their head. Never. Right? Like, if somebody's saying that they see somebody in front of them, maybe they really do. But maybe they are imagining it. I don't really know. Like, I don't think you can really know if somebody's imagining something, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of trippy. But I don't know. So that's kind of crazy. I think about having kids in the future, and I don't know what I would do if a kid
because they're definitely going to be seeing shit.
Oh my God, no.
Mommy, what's that monster doing in the corner?
I would cry. I hear stories about, like, moms sitting on a couch and they're holding their little baby or their toddler, and the toddler is just looking behind them. Hey, Mom, who's that man standing right there?
Oh my God!
And then the mom's just like, well, I don't see anybody. And I would be tripping.
Dude.
Like, that would freak me out.
That would more than freak me out. I feel like I'm out.
Yeah.
We're leaving. We're moving.
Yeah. Yeah, just sell the house, right?
Yeah. I don't fuck with that.
Or give it away for free. Be like, take it. It's free.
Take it.
You know, in Connecticut, I think legally you have to tell people that it's a haunted house. Yeah. Legally, cool. You have to tell people if it's haunted.
I appreciate it, Connecticut. Good looking out.
Great job, Connecticut. Okay, so story number 2, The Doppelganger, which is by Czar Carbian. I think this is another Reddit thing. So I made eye contact with my doppelganger when I was getting onto the train, and she was exciting. No words were exchanged, but I can't really describe the deeply unnerving, frightening feeling that occurred. You'd think maybe it would be kind of funny or neat or whatever to see the other you, but no. Creepy as fuck. I mean, like, the more I'm reading it, I'm trying to envision it. I mean, maybe it was just a person who really looked like them.
I think it would just creep me the fuck out. Well, that is what a doppelganger is, no? Like, someone that looks exactly like you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
I don't know. I would be like, hey, you're cute.
I'd be like, sup?
What's up? You want to take an Instagram picture?
Doppelganger. Hashtag crack tacos.
I don't know. I guess it would creep me out if the person looked a lot like me.
I think it would be super fucking creepy.
But I don't know. Is that really a ghost story, though? I don't know. Doppelgangers are creepy.
Yeah.
I guess they say
I think it does go in ghost stories because it's like creep.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes me think about parallel universes and stuff. Like, they do say that there's, like, multiple yous in different universes.
Yeah.
I always think, like, what's my other me doing?
What decisions did I make in that universe?
did it win the yoga contest? And I'm sitting here like, fuck, let me win. And it's just like, nah. You chose the wrong universe, Brittany. Nah. And maybe it's like so hippie over there. It's just like, yep.
You have like dreadlocks and shit. That'd be hilarious.
Over here, I'm just like, I'm trying. I'm trying. But yeah, so doppelganger. I don't know. What are you gonna do if you ever meet your doppelganger? I'll probably ask for its autograph. I'll be like, you're kind of cute. Give me your autograph.
I think that's one of those things that I'd have to like experience to know how I would react.
I mean, I guess it would be really creepy. The person writing it felt really authentic. That they were creeped out.
Yeah, I'd be creeped out for sure.
I don't know, but...
Oh, I think you should read The Light.
The Light? Okay, but there's one before this. It's kind of short. We'll read this really quick. It's by... Chrysalis 1. Heard a tapping on my window at night. Next morning, there was a handprint on the outside of my window. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment building. What? Okay. It gives me chills. Chills.
Wait, read that one more time.
Heard a tapping on my window at night. Next morning, there was a hand on the outside of my window. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment building.
I mean, it could also just, like, if you live in an apartment building in New York, it could just be someone fucking with him and just went up, like, the fire escape or whatever.
I know. I mean, he didn't specify, like,
But it could also be really... I mean, it would be creepy anyways, but it could just be, like, easily explained as to how the handprint got there.
But, okay. Let's just say there's no way to access that window.
Then, yeah.
Then that's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just creepy.
That's wild.
Because even with a fire escape, it's creepy. Because who the hell's trying to get in?
Right.
It's the unknown aspect of it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Like waking up and there's a handprint.
Or was it like a freshly made handprint? Like someone was just there? See, all these details could make it even creepier than it already is.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe they just noticed. I mean, that's kind of crappy, though, if they just notice. And then it's like, damn. That's creepy. That's bad luck to just, like, notice it at that time. Hey, there was tapping last night. Let me check the window. Okay. And then what if it was there, like, before? And what if it was on the inside and the person was just like, oh, my God, it's on the outside.
Stop it.
I'm just questioning.
Alright, if it said on the inside, then that'd be a whole different ballpark.
What? It probably... You'd rather have a ghost tapping on the outside of your window?
Than be on the inside of my fucking apartment? Yeah.
No, I'd be so creeped out. It's like...
But you're saying you'd rather it be inside with you than outside?
I'd be really creeped out that the motherfucker can, like, float onto the 3rd floor and just
But that's
float
creepier
there.
To you than the motherfucker getting into your apartment.
What do you mean get it? Like, it opened the door and it walked in? It was probably already there.
Oh, my God. Well, I would rather it be outside of my apartment than already there.
I'd rather have it not floating on the outside of, like, in the middle of the air.
Unless there's a fire escape.
It's standing on the fire escape.
Like, I'm chilling, using a fire escape.
It's using a hammock.
It's using a hammock.
It's like, what's that?
Bustle.
I'd be really creeped out if it was on the outside of the window on the 3rd floor. And it was just floating there in the midair and nothing. I'd be like, bro, this thing can do anything.
I don't know. As long as it's not inside, it's less creepy.
Anyway, so you said you want to read The Light.
No, I want you to read The Light.
Okay.
You're not getting out of this.
All right.
Damn, that's so tiny.
I know. So there's something called the Hornet Spook light in Joplin. What is MO?
No, Missouri's MI.
Yeah. Montana.
No, MO?
No.
Oh my god. Let's see.
What's MO?
What state? Oh my god.
No, dude, Joplin Mo.
Joplin Mo. Missouri. Oh, Missouri is MI.
Oh, it's Missouri. That's
right.
weird. I thought it was MI.
Yeah.
We've been doing it wrong.
Weird. Wait, what's MI? Now I need to know.
It's nothing.
I think I just,
Yeah, we both just made it up.
Wow.
All right, so Missouri. By the way, I hate Missouri. I definitely think
no, Michigan is MI.
Oh, Michigan. That makes sense.
Wait, why do you hate Missouri?
It just freaks me out. Like, I think nothing happens there except for ghost stories and creepiness. So, you know what I mean?
I guess.
Alright, so there is something called the Hornet Spook Light in Joplin, Missouri. It is the light. It is the light that has been documented back to the early 1800s. It has been studied by the Army Corps of Engineers with no explanation.
Who's the Army Corps of Engineers? I'm gonna look that up while you're reading it.
It is a spherical light that moves along the Missouri-Oakland state line. It doesn't have any pattern, changes colors, and sometimes splits or gets bigger or smaller. It appears to have some intelligence as it interacts with people. So on to the story. My grandpa, who passed away before I was born, took my dad and his siblings to see it back in the 50s. There used to be a museum there, so my dad decided to take us to see it on a road trip back in 1986 to see it. I was 2. I remember being out in this dark road and getting scared. My mom was pregnant with my sister at the time, so she and my grandma, Dad's mom, took me back to the van, an old Dodge Caravan, the boxy ones for those that remember. I was in my car seat in the middle seat, and my mom and grandma were up front. All of a sudden, the back of the van lit up with a bright light. My mom and grandma got really quiet, and I turned around. The light danced and moved around right there behind the van. My mom obviously freaked out and got out of the van running. My grandma stayed in there with me watching it. It only stayed for a little bit and then went away. My dad and siblings came over at the commotion, but I honestly don't know if they ended up seeing it. There was also a time in high school that we saw it again. It rapidly moved up and down the road and got about 20 feet away from us and went up in the air as much as 50 feet, I would guess. The funny thing is that when we stopped at a gas station truck stop, the locals wouldn't give us directions to it. My dad couldn't remember the way. We finally found some teenagers to help us, but even then, they wouldn't take us all the way there. Weirdest and creepiest experience of my life. You can look it up. There's no explanation.
Damn.
Wait, so look it up really quick. Hornet Spook Light in Missouri.
Hornet Spook Light. Damn, they have an official site. The Spook Joplin. Bobbing and bouncing along a dirt road in northeast Oklahoma is the Hornet Spook Light, a paranormal enigma for more than a century, described most often as an orange ball of light The orb travels from east to west along a 4-mile gravel road, long called the Devil's Promenade by area locals. The Spook Light, often referred to as the Joplin Spook Light or the Tri-State Spook Light, is actually in Oklahoma near the small town of Quapaw. However, it is most often seen from the east, which is why it has been attached to the tiny hamlet of Hornet, Missouri, and the larger, better-known town of Joplin. According to the legend, the Spook Light was first seen by Indians along the infamous Trail of Tears in 1836. However, the first official report occurred in 1881 in a publication called the Ozark Spook Light. The ball of fire described as varying from the size of a baseball to basketball, dances and spins down the center of the road at high speeds, rising and hovering above the treetops, before it retreats and disappears. Others have said it sways from side to side like a lantern being carried by some invisible force. In any event, the orange fire-like ball has reportedly been appearing nightly for well over 100 years. According to locals, the best time to view the Spook Light is between the hours of 10 and midnight, and tends to shy away from large groups and loud sounds. Though many paranormal and scientific investigators have studied the light, including the Army Corps of Engineers, no one has been able to provide a conclusive answer as to the origin of the light.
You know what's crazy? This reminds me, I just saw a video. There's electric lights like this in that happen in the world, but only in like certain parts of the world, and it has something to do with like the electromagnetic fields interacting and the science and everything like that. So I think there's a scientific answer. It's actually like they look crazy. Floating electric field, like little balls. They look like spirits. They look like ghosts.
That sounds pretty cool.
I mean, to have it just like really close to you though, just dancing, I would be like, what?
What are you doing?
I would be like, what is this?
Yeah.
That would creep me out for sure.
That is pretty creepy.
Yeah. But, alright, so there's actually this story. I'm going to read this really quick. It's called The Phone Call. And you know what's creepy? I actually have something kind of like relatable to this. The phone call. This just happened. Like I recently just moved into this new place that we're at right now. And like I'm getting used to it and everything like that. It's a new place. And I get a phone call from a random number. I immediately answer it because it's from my hometown. And I'm like, I want to make sure that, like, everybody's okay over there. I'm like, maybe it's important or something like that. So I answer it without thinking. And then all of a sudden, I think it was prank people, but they used, like, this ghost machine. And it said, just this creepy girl. And it was like, I see you. And I was like, what? And I was like, I was in a new place. I was downstairs in my living room all alone. And mind you, there's 3 floors to this place. And I was like, wait. I was like, this is a new place. I'm like, is there somebody actually here who can see me? Is this a place that, like, people can see me? So I was looking around. It was like, oh, my God. It was really creepy. It was really creepy, to be honest. It creeped me out. I didn't sleep too well that night.
Damn.
I think it was just somebody pranking me. But damn, jerks. But okay, so this is called The Phone Call. I was alone in the house. An unknown number called me, and I could hear the same TV show I was watching. That's creepy. I kept saying hello, and my voice would echo back. Ooh, that's creepy. I thought it was just one of those broken calls where you can hear your mic feedback. But what happened next creeped me out. Right before I put down the phone, I heard a voice whispering, "Goodbye. Good night." I stared at the phone, confused of what happened. Then I said hello again. The static and echo disappeared. It was all quiet, and then suddenly, "Hi." I put down the phone, turned off the TV, and then ran to bed. So yeah, I don't know what I would do if, like, I got a phone call. Ew, and then, like, you hear yourself.
Well, that's why I do not answer calls that I don't know. What was that?
That was Callie. This is why you don't answer phone calls that you don't know. Because it might be a ghost.
Or just something that I can't explain.
That's so crazy. But, I don't know. So.
Wait, so Callie's on the outside of the door?
I guess. Thought she was in here, but she's here. But yeah.
You turn around, she's right there. No!
It's a Callie ghost. It's an animal ghost. I don't know. Okay, so I guess I have 2 stories. And then this should probably wrap up number 13. So, 13. The first one is I was ghost hunting, and I don't know if I shared this story, probably not. I was ghost hunting in the 1800s house with the ghost hunters. And we were in the room that was right next to mine. And we had a machine a ghost hunting machine that lights up like 4 or 5 lights. And the more that it lights up, the more lights that lights up, the closer that the spirit is to the spirit box. So you kind of like watch it. Yeah. So you kind of watch it. If it lights up 5, it's like right next to it. Yeah. So we were in this room and all the lights were off. And then all of a sudden, we're like, hey, come and hang out with us, and we welcome your presence. All of a sudden, bam. All of the 5 lights go off. Like, turn on. And I was like, oh, sorry, yeah, that's a better way to say it. They all turned on. And I was like, whoa. And we all kind of were just like, whoa, like, this person's here. Like, you're right next to us. And then the creepy thing is we turned on the light. We said, hey, welcome. We turned on the light, and then bam. All 5 of the lights just completely went off. And we were like,
damn.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was weird how you just turned on the light and then bam, like all the lights went off. It was creepy. Yeah. The other thing is the person that we used to ghost hunt with all the time, he passed maybe like about like 2 years ago, 3 years ago or something like that, 4 years ago. Rest in peace. But, yeah, we used to ghost hunt. He told me his story about how he was ghost hunting one time in like a cemetery, and he was like walking around kind of doing the spirit box stuff, and then all of a sudden he saw a spirit walk by, and it was like a boy. And yeah, and yeah, like I don't know, he just saw a spirit, and then his friend who was with him at the time saw it too, and then it just vanished and disappeared into the air, which is exactly like what my dad saw in the house. He said that he literally saw that spirit that he saw that looked like my little brother, and it just walked away and just vanished.
That's true.
That's creepy. Like, what is that? Like, I know our eyes can play with us, but like, what is that? Oh, and then, okay, this is a really good discussion to like end the conversation on. So there's like a trending video right now about like the Tesla cars, because the Tesla cars are like being talked about how they like can see this, they have like a 6th sense. Have you seen the videos?
No.
Yeah, the Tesla videos or the Tesla cars, like you can go to like Tesla people, like if they're in a cemetery, the Tesla car has like a sensor, so if there's something close, it'll show you. If there's a car close, if there's a person close, it'll show you in the camera. And go to videos.
Tesla assistance.
Yeah, but just we'll turn the sound off because of copyright. So Andrea's just gonna watch the ghost really quick that was caught on the Tesla car.
There's a bunch of videos.
Yeah. And then my friend has a Tesla, and I'm so tempted to like, hey, let's go sit in a cemetery for a little bit, because the machine will just pop up, like the person will just pop up. Tesla will be like, hey, like throw a thing and be like, hey, there's someone next to your car, and it'll light up, and it'll say, like, a walking figure, and there's no one there, which is just creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this person is in the cemetery. Now just watch the Tesla. See? It's lighting up. It says that someone is there.
Well, I mean, if you're in a cemetery, there are dead bodies.
That's very true. That's true. Like, maybe it senses that
there's a body there.
But look, it's walking in the video.
Let's see this one. That's pretty creepy.
I'm really tempted to call my friend.
Yes. Oh my god, that would make such a good episode. We should do that.
Yeah. I'll text.
You want to help us find dead people? Alright, we're looking at catching ghosts.
Could probably fast forward.
Okay, they're driving through a cemetery.
Oh, they're driving through it now.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing yet. Oh, they see something. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if the Tesla car picks something up.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
What's on the left?
Whoa. But there's no one there.
Not a graveyard. I mean, they're in, like, the graveyard, but it's not next to, like, a tomb or anything. That's fucked up.
So, this is...
Anymore. No, I don't want a Tesla. I've been wanting a Tesla.
But they can see ghosts. So, yeah, it's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
So maybe the next time that we see you guys, we'll be in
a Tesla.
We're gonna test it out.
Fun soon.
But yeah. Well, happy 13th.
1-3.
Oh, it's Friday.
Oh, yeah. Friday the 13th. Where's Jason?
Don't call him, please.
Call Jason. Call him now.
But thank you so much for joining, you guys. Let us know if you guys have any spooky stories. We are looking for people who would like to join and to share their stories on the podcast. So if you have a ghost story, message us, call us if you have our number.
Instagram. Message us there.
Yeah, Facebook, whatever works for you. Message us, find us. We're happy to have you on the podcast.
Find us with your Tesla, because we are the ghosts.
Also, if anybody wanted to, I'm in the yoga journal magazine competition right now, contest. Oh my gosh. So if you guys wanted to support your girl, your spooky girls over here, just click the link. I'll post it right below the video. Click the link, vote for me, vote for the Namaste yogi who tells ghost stories, the yoga teacher who tells ghost stories. Namaste. Thank you so much for voting. It's been so amazing. I'm still placed number 1 right now. So thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will see you guys soon, or we will see you guys soon for number 14. and we will share more ghost stories
next
with you.
Friday, guys.
Maybe we'll set something up with like actually I'm doing like a photography. I'm doing a yoga photography with my friend who's a photographer. And he's looking to get his name out, and I'm looking for yoga pictures, so it works out. And we're going to be going to abandoned buildings.
Where?
I don't know. I think he has some ideas, and I don't know, as long as it's an abandoned building, kind of look or whatever, we're going to go. So maybe, Dre, you can tag along, and then maybe we'll pick like a haunted one. What do you think?
And that's where we die. Sounds good.
That's where you. I'm just kidding. I love you. I hope that doesn't really happen, because then this will be on the podcast.
Fucking proof.
Just kidding. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Click the link right there below to go ahead and vote for me. Yo girl, the yoga ghost girl, taco loving,
crack loving yoga girl.
Love you guys. Namaste. Have a great Friday.
Peace out, spooky fam. Stay safe.
I said namaste. Stay spooky and namaste.
1313.
That's creepy, Dre.
Oh my god.
Bye, guys. Stay spooky.